В течение суток вооруженные силы Украины продолжали попытки наступательных действий на Донецк.
The armed forces of Ukraine, AFU, have continued their attempts to conduct offensive operations in Donetsk, Krasny Liman, and South Donetsk directions during the previous 24 hours. In Donetsk direction, the Yug group of Russian forces has successfully repelled 9 enemy attacks close to Zolotarevka, Lugansk People's Republic, Vodyanoye, Pervomaiskoye, and Kleshivka, Donetsk People's Republic, during the past 24 hours, said Lieutenant General Igor Konashenkov, the Russian Federation Defense Ministry spokesman. Operational tactical and army aviation, artillery, and heavy flamethrower systems have eliminated up to 260 Ukrainian troops, 1 tank, 3 armored fighting vehicles, 5 pickup trucks, an American-made M109 Paladin self-propelled artillery system, as well as a Gozdika self-propelled howitzer during the day.
Работино Запорожской области и Урожайное Донецкой Народной Республики нанесено огневое поражение скоплением живой силы и техники вооруженных сил Украины. На Запорожском направлении, в районе населенного пункта Марфополь Запорожской области, уничтожена украинская диверсионно-разведывательная группа. Потери противника на данных направлениях за сутки составили до 190 украинских военнослужащих убитыми и ранеными, 2 танка, 7 боевых бронированных машин, в том числе БМП «Брэдли» производства США, 4 автомобиля, 2 артиллерийские системы М777 производства США, 2 гаубицы М100Б, а также гаубицы Д-20 и Д-30.
Operational tactical and army aviation, missile troops and artillery of the Russian group of forces have engaged 82 AFU artillery units at their firing positions, manpower, and military hardware in 118 areas during the day. A command post of the AFU 28th Mechanized Brigade was eliminated close to Dylivka, Donetsk People's Republic, said Lieutenant General Igor Konashenkov, the Russian Federation Defense Ministry spokesman. Russian air defense units have shot down 1 Su-27 airplane of Ukrainian Air Force near Kamenka, Kherson region.
14 украинских беспилотных летательных аппаратов в районах населенных пунктов Нововодяное Луганской Народной Республики, Георгиевка, Дмитровка. На Донецком направлении активными действиями подразделений южной группировки войск успешно отражены 9 атак противника в районах населенных пунктов Золотаревка Луганской Народной Республики, Водяное, Первомайское и Клещеевка Донецкой Народной Республики. Ударами операционно-тактической армейской авиации, огнем артиллерии и тяжелых огневых.
The armed forces of Ukraine has liberated 28.4 square kilometers in the south and 9 square kilometers in the east over the past week, Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Malaya said on July 3. In the south, the military is continuing successful offensive operations toward Melitopol and Berdyansk in Zaporizhzhia Oblast, specifically in the directions of Novodarivka Prayun, Novodanilivka Robotyne, and Novosilka Staromayorsk, Malaya wrote on Telegram. The area liberated in Ukraine's south now amounts to 158.4 kilometers square total, the deputy minister wrote. Ukraine's Air Force in an official statement on Telegram wrote that the country's air defenses shot down 13 out of the 17 Iranian-made Shahed drones that Russia launched at Ukraine overnight on July 3. The remaining 4 drones that Ukraine's air defenses didn't shoot down did not reach their targets, according to the Air Force. No casualties were reported based on preliminary information, the Air Force wrote in its post. Over the course of the night, air raid alerts were activated in several central, eastern, and southern regions, and the Air Force warned of the threat of missile and drone attacks. Explosions that occurred in Kirovohrad and Khmelnytsky oblasts were the result of Ukraine's air defenses operating in the area, the Air Force reported earlier. The Telegram post also said that over the past few days, the Air Force has carried out dozens of sorties, 15 of them aimed at the enemy's facilities, equipment, logistics, and manpower. Russia shows T-90A tanks in action in Krasny Liman direction. Central MD's tank units obliterated an enemy stronghold by guided projectiles. The tank unit took the firing position at a grazing fire range. After receiving coordinates from reconnaissance units, the tanks opened fires. To destroy the enemy as fast as it was possible, tank crews used a range of different ammunition. The tank gunners used a 125mm guided projectile to destroy an enemy light armored vehicle. Then the crew utilized fragmentation and high explosive shells to wipe out an AFU stronghold and manpower.
В течение суток вооруженные силы Украины продолжают.
Lieutenant General Igor Konashenkov, the Russian Federation Defense Ministry spokesman, July 3 said, in total the armed forces of Ukraine have been loosing 446 airplanes and 240 helicopters, 4,873 unmanned aerial vehicles, 426 air defense missile systems, 10,490 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,134 combat vehicles equipped with MLRS, 5,313 field artillery cannons and mortars, as well as 11,385 units of special military equipment have been destroyed during the special military operation. The General Staff of Ukraine's Armed Forces reported on July 3 that Russia had lost 230,260 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of its full-scale invasion on February 24 last year. This number includes 600 casualties Russian forces suffered just over the past day. According to the report, Russia has also lost 4,057 tanks, 7,899 armored fighting vehicles, 6,834 vehicles and fuel tanks, 4,220 artillery systems, 641 multiple launch rocket systems, 391 air defense systems, 315 airplanes, 309 helicopters, 3,573 drones and 18 boats. Combat work of 152mm Giatsint-B howitzer in Zaporizhzhia direction. Artillerymen of the Southern Military District supporting the actions of the Russian Armed Forces units in Zaporizhzhia direction continue to launch massive strikes against the advancing Ukrainian nationalists. In the course of combat operations, the artillerymen destroy enemy fortifications, manpower and hardware concentration areas of the AFU. The Giatsint-B howitzer is a heavy artillery piece with a caliber of 152mm, 6 inches, and a long barrel. It was widely used by the Soviet Union during World War II and was known for its effectiveness and versatility. The ML-20 had a range of approximately 17 kilometers, 10.5 miles, and could fire a variety of ammunition, including high explosive shells, armor-piercing rounds, and smoke shells. This howitzer was used for both direct and indirect fire, making it suitable for a range of combat situations. It played a significant role in Soviet artillery units and was utilized in various battles throughout the war. Tankers of the Western Military District provide fire support to motorized rifle units, ensuring the offensive of Russian troops. T-72B3M can work with direct fire at the front line and from closed firing positions, hiding behind the terrain. They inflict effective fire damage on the enemy, provide active defense and offensive actions of motorized rifle units. The T-72B3M is an upgraded version of the T-72B3, which is the latest modernized version of the T-72. The range of the missile is 100 meters to 4,000 meters and takes 11.7 seconds to reach a maximum range. The system is intended to engage tanks fitted with ERA, explosive reactive armor, as well as low-flying air targets such as helicopters, at a range of up to 5 kilometers. Like all T-72 series MBT, the T-72B3M is fitted with a carousel automatic loader mounted on the turret floor and also on the rear wall of the turret. The new gun was added, including an upgraded stabilization system and autoloader.
И срочности. В моменте даже работы мы узнаем то, что есть попадание, соответственно, каждая вот эта вот новость подобная, она заряжает все больше и больше, и то есть даже ребята в экипаже, когда слышат, прям, видно, что глаза загораются, наводчик там начинает быстрее работать, все как-то ускоряется, и то есть каждый следующий выстрел вы все больше и больше, как бы, у вас взаимосвязь уже такая, она как бы...
Footage of destruction of the M777 howitzer with the loitering ammunition, Lancet. The work of the 40th Marine Brigade in the Ugleda direction, wrote the fighters of Russian Far East in their telegram June 3rd. There is also footage of destroying Ukrainian tank with Lancet.
Добрый день, уважаемые коллеги. Приступаем к работе. Начну с положения дел в зоне.
Russia's Defense Minister Sergey Shoigu said Russian forces wiped out 16 German-made Leopard tanks, or actually 100% of this armor supplied to the Kiev regime by Poland and Portugal. In the South Donetsk, Zaporizhia and Donetsk directions alone, where Ukrainian armed formations are undertaking unsuccessful attacks, the groupings of Russian forces destroyed 15 aircraft, 3 helicopters and 920 pieces of armor, including 16 Leopard tanks. This is actually 100% of the tanks of this type supplied by Poland and Portugal, the defense chief said at a conference call with military commanders on Monday. The Russian armed forces continue effectively inflicting damage on the enemy by firepower, which considerably diminishes its offensive potential, Shoigu said. In all, Ukrainian troops have lost about 2,500 various armaments in all directions since June 4. In addition, Russian air defense forces intercepted 158 rockets of the US-made HIMARS multiple launch rocket system and 25 Storm Shadow cruise missiles over the past month, the defense chief said. The enemy has not achieved its objectives in any of the frontline sectors, which testifies to the skills of Russian fighters and, clearly, too high expectations from much-touted Western weapons, Shoigu added.
Войска лишились около 2500 единиц различного вооружения. Также за прошедший месяц российскими подразделениями войск противовоздушной обороны перехвачено 158 реактивных снарядов «Хаймарс», 25 крылатых ракет «Storm Shadow», 386 беспилотных летательных.
Terima kasih sudah nonton. Jangan lupa like, subscribe, dan share ya.